After 9 o'clock now, and boy, Darren is so good at these. Darren Peck hanging out at Sutters Fort.
Yes, indeed. He's talking about the historic wall restoration. Darren, good morning.
I'm behind the fence now, guys. So this is my neighborhood. I live over here. And when I drive by Sutters Fort or when I walk by Sutters Fort, I don't see Sutters Fort. I see the fence that has been put up because they're doing a very loving and very detailed renovation of the fort. Come over here to the wall. You see all these patches peeling off? That's not stylistic. They don't have this stuff on here because they want it to look like that Adobe stuff. This is on here because the last time these walls were painted was 1983 to impress Queen Elizabeth, who came here and visited the fort back in 1983. So the last time the fort was lovingly retouched and renovated was to impress a monarch from another country. So we're working on that now. Hi, Tim. You're the guy in charge of maintenance out here.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So you wanted me to see this wall because unlike what I have seen for the last 4 years that I've lived here and driven by the fort, where you've got that peeling look, this is stage one of the renovation, and they've basically taken all that stuff off, and now they're getting down to the brick, right? You can kind of see the brick down under there from 1890.
They basically taken hot water and washed the entire wall and hand scraped everything down to the paint that's left and sticking.
Right.
And
come on and walk with me. We're going to go in the front entrance of the fort.
And then they will do some mortar repairs.
Right.
Repoint all the brick. And then afterwards put a silicate-based paint, which is a breathable paint, over the top.
So this is going to look like a gleaming white wall. Is that what you guys are going for? You want it to look like blisteringly gleaming white with nothing peeling off?
Well, maybe not blistering white, but we're trying to match the color that's already here.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on over here. I want to introduce you to Ron Leineke. Ron, come walk up here with me. You've got a piece of it in your hand. This is the stuff that's been peeling off. You just lived here most of your life, and you're a history buff, and you saw the fort kind of falling apart from your vantage point. You said somebody's got to do something. You made a huge donation to the state park system to help get this going. What are you hoping this looks like when they're done?
Well, I want it to look pristine.
Right. That's what
back to its early glory.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. But
what was that exactly?
Well, in the 1840s, it would have been an adobe wall here. And then later on, after the adobe wall fell, Native Sons of the Golden West put up this brick wall. So it was one of the very first restorations in California history.
That's the thing that stands out to you. Ron, I'll give that back to you. That's the thing that stands out to me. Come on in here, Dan. These walls go back to 1890. The original fort, look at the building in there. That middle one, that's the only thing that goes back to Sutter's Day. And that's the one that was here in the 1830s, went up in 1839.
Mm-hmm.
So, hi, Nancy.
Well, Sutter came here in 1839. He started building the fort a couple of years later. It was finished in 1844.
Okay. Got that free hand right there, your left one?
Yes.
You hold that.
Okay.
Because I'm putting this on. Because when I picked up this cannonball that was found here at Sutter's Fort in what year?
1890s, when they were doing the reconstruction.
I touched it with my bare hand, and Nancy, her whole face, you could see the pain washing over her face, because this is an original iron cannonball dating back perhaps to Sutter's Day, but certainly at least 1850 or earlier.
Most likely, yeah, Sutter's Day. That's when there were cannons being fired here.
Dug out of the ground here during restoration or during archaeology?
During restoration. So this came from the 1890s when they were grading and digging for foundations and that sort of thing. I don't have information about exactly where it came from, but they did find it on the grounds.
It came from somewhere in the fort. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk more about the restoration. I've ran out of time. Hopefully by the end of December, this is all done. We'll talk more about how that's going to come together. I'll see you with more weather as well coming up in a few minutes. For now, guys, back to you.
Nicely done, Darren. Thank you very much. Steamers.